All right, good evening. You are looking live on the floor here at Melbourne High School, where tonight it is the finals of the Cape Coast Conference South bracket between the Melbourne Bulldogs, the number one top seeded team in the South, and the number two Viera Hawks. Good evening, everybody. Alan Slaughterzinski with you, and tonight, making his final appearance. Maybe. We'll see what the road holds. But at least for the foreseeable future, and I couldn't be happier for him. Guy that's 2 years, man. He's just been a tremendous asset to Brevard Sports Network. Chase Alexander. Chase, it's great to have you here. How about the fact that your final broadcast on BSN is here at your alma mater, Melbourne?
You know, I was just about to bring that up. I was just about to say, what a fairy tale ending. Not an ending, a goodbye.
Or goodbye.
A goodbye. A see you soon. But what a fairy tale ending. And I had a great time here at Brevard Sports Network. I enjoyed it so much. Had so much fun. And I definitely learned a lot from Alan, Billy Palmer, Rob Query, Caleb over there. I learned a lot of stuff from a lot of people. And that's information that I'll carry with me for the rest of my career, and I'm very thankful for this opportunity you gave me, Alan.
Yeah, well, Chase, it was like, as soon as you came on, it was like the next broadcast you were 10 times better, then 10 times better, then 10 times better. And it was like, when we calls of the year, I went back and listened to them. You're in a half dozen of them. Just a great job by you. And so tell everybody what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so I entered this. I'll be working for Disney. It's called the Disney College Program. So at Disney, I'll be around the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex, and I'll be assigned a leader. It's a 5-month internship program, and with that leader, they can provide me contact information of people at ESPN, or if I want to take a different route working in Disney, I can. So it's basically just to kickstart my career and network myself.
Yeah.
To get my name out there and get to know some powerful people out there. And while I'm doing all that, I'll be driving the boats at Disney. So
that's the thing.
Pretty picture perfect, if you ask me.
See, the network thing is cool, but the driving the boat thing, dude, that's awesome. All right, so what we have here tonight is rivals, obviously, these two teams. And Chase, you went to school here, and you actually were in Mike Sullivan's head or in one of his classes. Yep. Tell us, about Mike Sullivan. He's a legend in Brevard County, currently the active wins leader in terms of active head coaches here in Brevard County. What do we need to know about Mike Sullivan?
Yeah, so Coach Sullivan, 589 wins for him as a head coach is a pretty impressive stat. He's averaging 19 wins a year. That is just insane. And as a person, I'm a big fan of Coach Sullivan. I had his class my junior year. I played freshman ball when he was the varsity head coach, and he really took care of all of his players and made sure everybody knew and understood what he was talking about, even being the varsity head coach.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's just simply one of the greats. There is no doubt about it. And he's talking to another legend in the making down there on the floor, and Viera head basketball coach Logan Keith. And, Keith is in his 18th season, and he is 9 wins shy of the magical 300. If that tells you and gives you an idea, Coach Sullivan's in his 29th year, I think, 29th year of leading the boys basketball program.
Yeah, 29 years.
At Melbourne, and 589 wins. Coach Keith is in his 18th with 291 wins. These two coaches combined, Chase, have 880 career victories. So, hey, check, see if we're okay.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you're okay. Just better to do it now during pregame. Checking things out here. There you go. Yeah, it looks good. How's the sound, Caleb? Say something, Chase.
Yeah, so Coach Keith, I had a chance to watch this team last year a couple of times, me and Caleb. and Jackson went to a couple of these Viera basketball games, and they picked up a great asset. And Aaron McGee. Aaron
Oh, he's
McGee
something
from
else.
Melbourne. So
Yeah.
Melbourne losing him, and what an incredible talent McGee is. He's a junior. He's still got one more year. But as we saw, was that I believe Wednesday, windmill dunking on a fast break,
He was
flying through the air.
He was the
Wow.
play of the day on that windmill
Wow.
dunk. And, you know, I think it's hard to leave Jackson speechless. But, I mean, Jackson said, it was a great call by him. Here we go again with the windmill. And that's really all you could say there. It was a terrific dunk. And we're very excited about this one tonight. Now, coming up, there is the North region going as well tonight. And that the winner of this game right here is going to take on the winner of the Rockledge and Titusville game on Tuesday night at Rockledge for the overall Cape Coast Conference Championship. You will see both the boys and the girls here on Brevard Sports Network. Those will be broadcast on both YouTube and Facebook on Tuesday night as we matriculate the network more and more and more towards just YouTube. We will continue, obviously, to utilize the Facebook page, and doing so with static content, interviews, podcasts coming up. Still be a lot of great stuff on the Facebook page. Breaking news like coaching changes. All of that will be on Facebook. Broadcast only will be moved to YouTube. So we're very excited for that as well. We're going to step aside. They'll have player introductions. We'll be right back here on Brevard Sports Network. One. All right, welcome back here on Brevard Sports Network as we get ready for the national anthem coming up. Chase, who we got starting?
So starting for the Viera Hawks is number 0, Cooper Keith. Number 1, Aaron McGee. Number 2, Brooks Harris. Number 4, Kamar Plain. And number 22, Mark Christian. And for the Melbourne Bulldogs, we got number 0, Quentin Cougar. Number 4, Carter Zonk. Number 5, Corey Houghton. And number 10, Stephen Horning. And number 21, Moses McKay.
All right, guess what we got for you tonight? We got a scoreboard. I should probably turn the timer off, though, huh? Because with that we don't have. There we go. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Rich's Auto Tech. Chase, all you, buddy.
And McKay able to capture the tip. Zonk hands it off to Koger, and Koger gets ready to start this game off hot for the Bulldogs. He swings it left. Little 2-3 zone by the Hawks. Hohen now down to Zonk again. Koger at the top of the key. They're going to reset. Now kind of that, still in that 2-3 defense for the Hawks. Zonk gets the ball on the baseline. McKay, little right-hand lay under the basket. Nice patience that time by the Melbourne offense to penetrate that zone. Plain running the point. Melbourne in the 2-3 as well. Corner shot by Keith off the side of the backboard, and it's going to be Hawks ball.
It's a good job by Melbourne on that last possession to slow things down, Chase, and that's what they're going to have to do to win this game is keep this tempo slow.
Yeah, and as a 12-win team, you know, they have high expectations, and getting bounced by Viera in their last matchup by 30 points.
Yeah.
They're definitely out for some revenge. Keith swings it. That's McGee. Back to Plain. Plain 3 off the back iron. Hohen with the rebound. Cougar now resetting again. This patient Melbourne offense. Horning. Horning with the ball at the top. Swings it to Cougar. Back to Hoeing. Cougar had a shot, decided not to take it. McKay now putting the post moves to work, pump fake, and gets the roll. Nice move by Moses McKay. Now up to Harris. Harris slows it down, back to Plain. Plain makes a sharp move. Playing cross-court pass to Keith. Keith deep 3, and it's good. 4-3 early in this ball game. 6 minutes to go in the first.
I had to move the scoreboard. It was blocking the basket.
Cougar, nice pass to Zonk. Zonk able to corral it. McKay again, that time stolen by Christian. Christian cross-court pass. Gets it to McGee. McGee trying to work the baseline. And now reset by the Hawks. Both these teams running that zone defense. Deep 3 from Keith. Try to go back for back. No good on that attempt. Horning. Cougar looks for a shot. Now Horning's going to take a 3. That one's off the front rim and no good. Plain Horning jumps in front of that one. Now they got a 3-on-1. McKay with the oop! And it's good. Moses McKay, all 6 points for the Dogs to start this game. Plain drives in, kicks it. Deep 3 by Harris. No good. McKay with the board. And McKay is being a paint beast right now.
Tough play there. Loved it.
Cougar at the top of the key. Swings it to Hoeing. Hoeing again. Tries to make a quick drive over to Zonk. Zonk tries to get it back to McKay and knocked away by Keith out of bounds. Melbourne ball. Rutabaga, the play call we hear from Coach Sullivan on the coach's sideline. Hoeing's got it, and he's open in the corner for the 3. No good, doesn't get the roll. Nice rebound by McGee. Pushes it up to Plain. They got Christian in the paint, doesn't decide to pass it. Harris takes the 3, no good. Stephen Horning at the top, swings it to Cougar. Again, just playing back and forth. Takes the 3, no good. Tries to spot it up. Good aggressive rebound, but ooh, you're going to say that's Viera ball. Good job by Mark Christian there.
A little cold, both teams right now from the floor to start finding the back of that iron.
Stifling defense, that zone defense is giving them fits. McKay with the tip away. Keith able to get it back. McKay again. Moses McKay. Nice pass by Cougar to the corner. Back to McKay. McKay can't corral it. Outlet pass by Keith to McGee. It's a little one-on-one and a shoulder check by Zonk.
I think the coachable moment on that possession is he's got to pull up and take that shot.
Yep.
He's set from that corner, had a great line to the basket. You got to pull the trigger on that.
Absolutely. And again, just a little cold on offensive side for both teams. Harris, the inbounder. Keith, and that one's stolen by Corey Hoeing. Hoeing on the fast break, trailing him is McGee! Chase down block by Aaron McGee, making highlight play after highlight play in this tournament.
I'll tell you, he is something else. And it's not like he's, Michael Jordan guard size at 6'6".
Yeah.
He just don't have that height. Now, he is just a junior.
Yeah, and the way he elevates, you'd think he was 6'6", the way how high he gets above the rim.
Hell, I thought he was 6'10". Once again, we want to thank Rich, his Auto Tech, home of the million-mile warranty. Rich and his staff, they are incredible people down there. And I'm telling you, there's nothing they can't fix. Rich is Auto Tech.
Plain crossing the half-court line. Swings it to Keith. Harris gets it to Christian. Christian, second leading scorer for this Viera Hawks offense.
Oh,
and Moses
nice play.
McKay.
That's a great play.
He is a ball magnet.
Viera got the two best transfers in the county this year, staying in county. Terrence Shannon transferred out of county, but Mark Christian, of course, from Rockledge last year. And, of course, Aaron McGee spent his first year at Melbourne, last year at Palm Bay, and here he is now at Viera. So,
and nice job there by Plain. Now 6-5, the Bulldogs lead. Screen at the half-court line by McKay. Hard screen by McKay. Nice roll. Open shot for Cougar. Can't fall. And nice rebound by Keith. Getting physical down there. Harris back to Plain. Plain sees Keith. Wide open three.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Second three-pointer for Cooper Keith. 2 for 4 on the night for Keith. That gives the Hawks their first lead of the ball game, 8-6. And now Melbourne going back to their known offense, that kind of slow tempo, looking for that open shot. McKay, cross-court pass to Cougar. Cougar baseline drive. Hoeing resets. Cougar again going to that baseline. Nice pump fake. Picture perfect, just can't finish. Had Keith jumping in the air. Plain to McGee. Trying to penetrate that first line of defense. Plain took a bump, no call.
Yeah, Logan Keith doesn't like what he sees right now. He doesn't like the uncertainty in his offense. If you look at Viera this year, the Hawks have come in averaging 66 points a game. For a high school basketball team, that's a lot of points. Melbourne's rated about 58, 59 points a game. He loves to run. He loves the up-tempo. And right now, credit to the GOAT, Mike Sullivan here, 589 wins. That defense right now, Chase, has this offense a little stymied. Granted, Viera has the lead 8-6, but they got to fight for every point.
Yeah, and the most important part to that defense is the communication they show. They're communicating when to switch and when they have help on the backside. So they're not scared of letting that guy drive that lane. They're going to guard the perimeter, and they know they have help on the inside.
Big news here this week at Melbourne as head coach David Kintai stepped down from the football team. Of course, we wish Coach Kintai all the best. One of my favorite guys out there. And be interesting to see who the next head coach will be. I throw my hat in the ring for Jeff Panucci.
I think I'm going to have to back you on that one.
Yeah, you cut that guy open, man, and nothing but green comes out. And I think it's got to be Jeff Panucci.
Yep. Minute 15 to go here in the first. Was Coach Keith able to draw something up? Now they're going to go screen for the first time. Screen and roll. But again, that help defense on the inside by Melbourne playing. Tough floater, no good. Zonk corrals the board. Cougar now press right at that half-court marker. Cougar, he had the three there, just didn't take it.
Yeah, second time they've done that from that corner, and it cost them again.
That time the reach-in foul on.
No, they're calling offensive foul.
Must have been a legal screen on
McKay. That's exactly what he, yeah.
Yeah. So now Viera, both offenses trying to figure something out against these zone defenses. Tries to get to the free throw line, Zonk all over it. Almost a turnover there, Plain. Tries to get to Christian. Strong hands by Christian. Way to go up and draw the foul. Getting low and elevating super high and drawing that contact.
The big man, Mark Christian, so far this year leads Viera in rebounds per game. I think he's got 6. And he's right up there with Aaron McGee, averaging 17 points per game this year.
Yep.
Leave us a
first
comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We want to know where everybody's watching from so we can say hello. I need something to do. Chase's final broadcast, and I can't believe you're not going to come back with us in August, Chase.
I might come back.
You get a weekend off, you ain't going to want to come over here and do football.
You never know.
That's true.
Christian able to drill both from the line. New sub for Christian is number 21, Sal Parker. And for Melbourne, number 23, Tyree King. And that time, the full court press got Melbourne, and that's a goaltending.
Didn't he make both of those buckets?
Yeah, he made both.
Yeah, okay. I need to quit trusting the scoreboard. It says 11-6. It's 10-6.
And the goaltending by McKay that time. And the costly turnover by Melbourne.
Oh, is that what they called?
Yep, goaltending on McGee. McGee now again right to the rim. Easy work for Aaron McGee. 4 quick points for the Hawks.
Nice
Horning,
move.
nice little move, floater, in and out. McKay, time runs out in here in the first quarter. The Hawks 14, the Bulldogs 6.
Yeah, obviously, as we had talked about in that first quarter, a slow-paced first quarter. But for those of you just tuning in and don't know, Chase has accepted an internship for 5 months over at ESPN Wide World of Disney, and with an opportunity to really move himself up in this profession. Chase has really excelled for us here at Brevard Sports Network. Great guy. He's going to do tremendous things in the future. And Chase, we just could not have been happier to have had you all of this time. So we're going to step aside. We'll be right back with the second quarter here on Brevard Sports Network. All right, welcome back. Start of the second quarter where it's 14-6 Viera. And here to tell you all about it, my man, Chase Alexander.
Plain starts at point. Kicks it to number 24, Alex Olis. Harris now. Back to the top of the key to Olis. Olis quick pass to McGee at the free throw line. Gets to the corner, nice drive. Bounce pass to Christian was low and away. Turnover by the Hawks. And Cougar again getting pressed early by McGee. Nice anticipation there by Olis.
You see the defense that Melbourne's chosen here to start the second quarter, and they're double teaming Aaron McGee. And if anybody of the other 4 players on the floor can beat them. But they're not going to let McGee do it.
Yeah, he scored quick 4 points in 10 seconds at the end of that first quarter. And I heard in that timeout break, Coach Sullivan was asking for some physicality out of their team. And that time they drilled the 3. No physicality needed there. Corey Hoeing. Christian now double team quickly, back out to Harris. Christian turns around, swings it to Harris. Harris beyond the arc, good. Ooh. Answers right back with a triple of his own. Cougar again, pressed by McGee. Gets no help from his teammates.
Yeah,
leaving him out there in
no
man's land.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
You got 3 defenders at sideline. You got Harris and McGee collapse on you, and nobody coming to help. Horning. Back to Horning, and Coach Sullivan calling a timeout, a frustrated timeout.
He just
frustrated timeout.
You want to know how you've been doing this a long time, and the referees absolutely have the utmost respect for you. You walk 25 feet out onto the court and call a timeout, because that's exactly what Mike Sullivan did right there as the Melbourne Bulldog cheerleaders take the court again. And again, we want to thank Rich's Auto Tech as our primary sponsor tonight. We also would like to thank Uberzati as our second quarter sponsor. Of course, you know a lot of these fantastic student athletes in this county. That's where they, speed, endurance, all of it at Uberzati. Speed, agility, strength. Get on that treadmill, that Z-tread, for about 20 minutes, and you'll be running 17, 18 miles an hour after an 8-week program. Now, if I got on that tread, I'd be the one in one of those shorts, right, like you're watching on Facebook or something, yeah. Right, where it throws me off and through the wall.
Oh, you might get some miles per hour to you, though.
Yeah, right. Right. Alan Slaughterzinski, the Uberzati record, fastest through a wall off the Z-tread.
Six and a half to go here in the first half. Melbourne trying to figure something out, just no rhythm to their offense. Horning again, just trying to space out this Hawks defense, doing a great job of covering every inch of the court. Cougar again stopped, forced to pick up his dribble. And here we are back again. McKay, Cougar doesn't take the shot. Tries to get the screen, no good. And mirror image here as we restart. Cougar, corner. That's King. King resets to Cougar. Horning, deep 3. Didn't have a chance at that one. Too hard off the backboard. Plain pushes the floor to McGee. McGee breaks it down. Plain. In the corner to Harris. Doesn't get the roll. Good rebound by Christian. Oh, my God. He almost slammed that down.
And that's Melbourne a great job by McKay.
And Moses McKay is – Coach Sullivan was talking about that physicality and their timeout. And Moses McKay is the only person that I see showing physicality out there, and the only reason that Melbourne's still in this game early.
Yeah, that's a great point, Chase. His play has been phenomenal here. And he keeps Viera from picking up any more momentum, especially with a two-handed slam there.
Yeah, that would have sparked Viera. Put them up by double digits, but Horning, no shot. McKay baseline cut by Zonk, and not a chance. Just absolutely nowhere to go. I feel like I'm watching the same thing on repeat with this Melbourne offense.
Right now, Viera's defense is a combination of, that's not a great decision right there in terms of trying to keep that ball in bounds, but that Viera defense has a lot to do with why Melbourne's struggling right now.
And Horning comes out for Sean Vernon. Vernon playing a guard position, but lengthy and tall.
Nice pick.
Playing beautiful pass and gets Christian or McKay up. And they get a traveling on Christian.
What do you call that on Christian?
Yeah, they call that a travel.
Wait, what are they doing here?
Referee at half court saying travel. And now we're wiping the floor.
Yeah, that's the call. That's an odd one.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so I want a truth bomb right here. How many of the three of us has watched an entire college basketball game so far this year?
No.
Huh?
No, only highlights.
I actually have. Not on purpose, though.
When it gets to like late February and March, count me in.
Yeah, I'm with you. I happened to be working, and there was one on TV, and it stayed on the entire time until I was done my project. So that counts.
That time, Cougar able to get to the paint, but Christian not allowing it. Playing nice spin move. Now he's going to put on the boosters. 2-on-3 and blocked away by the Bulldogs.
He had to give it up for Kamar Plain. He has been him and Brooks Harris have been absolute constant for Coach Keith here at Viera. These guys have been terrific for him here in the program. Harris has really developed into an outstanding shooter and Plain a fantastic facilitator as well.
And the three-pointer is good that time by William White. First minutes for White with 4.5 to go here in the first half. Screen by McKay. Hoeing almost picked off by White. McKay, little post move jumper off the back iron, no good. Zonk trying to fight for it, but there's Plain. Pass up at the head again to White. Kicks out to Keith, and air ball on that time.
That's something you don't hear often with Aaron McGee is air ball.
Cougar getting pressed by Damian Carter. There's Vernon. Vernon's going to try to shoot over Christian, and that is a mistake. That guy's got some serious hops. This whole Viera team got serious hops.
Yes, they do.
Nice pass to White inside. McKay able to collapse quickly. Keith swings back to Plain. Christian. Plain tries to make a quick move on Cougar. Good defense. And gets him up in the air, and way to draw the foul there by Kamar Plain.
Right now, Coach Keith's team is putting on a masterclass in transition basketball and patience at the high school level.
And just high IQ basketball, not rushing any shots.
Yeah.
And the senior, Kamar Plain, able to get to the paint, get his man on his feet, and then go into him. A lot of guys you'll see fade away, but goes into him and draws a foul.
You may have noticed the second camera we are using tonight. We playing around with some things. Again, we're trying to do a lot here, and we're excited about what our future holds, man. We keep losing people, though. Jackson's graduating. Chase is leaving. Huh? Nick Donahue, yeah, he's going back to coaching.
And Zonk just not a smart pass that time. Plain all the way to the rack, and good by Kamar Plain. Physical approach on the offensive side for Plain. Cougar harassed by White.
I guess what I'm trying to say is we got openings.
Send them in. McKay tries to get the post work, rolls off, and just nothing falling for this Melbourne offense. Keith pushing the ball. White in the corner, sets it back up to Plain. Plain hesitates on the shot, now trying to work on Vernon. Christian. Playing again. Nice swing to Keith. Wide open three. No good.
Wait a minute. It was 20. It should be 22. I'm right.
Vernon, stop jumper. No good. And they're like scared to drive, it feels like, and get contact. If you put the ball on the floor and draw a foul, that's free throws. And McKay's going to come out first break of the ball game.
I don't know that I want to be in that locker room at halftime.
Yeah, probably not a fun time. I think I've been in one with him, and it wasn't fun.
No, bet not. It's 22-9.
Plain. Gets it down to Christian, and they lose McKay in the paint. So Christian now looking to take advantage of that. Back out to McGee. Plain, stop jumper, no good, looking for a foul. Good hustle and great pass by Carter. McGee contested three, no good, but there he is again. Mark Christian all over the offensive boards and gets a foul, reach in.
That's just great job on the offensive glass there.
And Viera is just out muscling Melbourne on both sides of the ball, inside and out. White corner three, looking to go 2 for 2, and that one didn't stand a chance. And he hears it from the student section.
Yeah.
Cougar now Horning back in the ball game. Corner three, no good. Vernon able to jump up and get it. Zonk for three. Again, no good. Nothing can fall for Melbourne in this second quarter. White up ahead and no goaltending, but it doesn't matter. Damian Carter able to follow that one up. Another offensive rebound turning into points. And foul by Plain. And at the end of the first quarter, Melbourne had 6 points. They now have 9 points. A minute and a half to go here in the second.
Yeah, you can't win basketball games scoring 3 points in a quarter. That's Captain Obvious, but true.
Cougar now calls from the screen from Zonk. And not much of a screen there. Trying to play around with it. Cougar tries to drive, just can't get it in the basket. Seems like it's got a lid on it. 3-on-3 fast break. Gets it out to Harris. Back to McGee. And they're going to get him with a travel. And I feel like that happens a lot, but when it's right in front of the official has to call it.
Yeah, he's got to call it.
But that happens pretty often.
You see it happen all the time in girls basketball.
Cougar trying to catch his breath. Hasn't had a break this whole first half. Stephen Horning, top of the key to Vernon. Good cut by Cougar, but nowhere to go against Christian. Gets him on his feet. Good acrobats and good offensive hustle. Christian again making another impact. Horning open three, gotta hit it. Can't get it. And rebound by Viera. That
0 for 4 there on that sequence.
4. Christian passes behind him by White. 3-on-3 fast break, and Zonk just harassed at the top of the key, and that's going to be a turnover. Carter up ahead to Christian, and a slam, two-hand jam by Mark Christian to end the half. Getting a little heave here from Horning, and not a chance. Mark Christian puts an exclamation point on this first half for the Viera Hawks as they lead 27-9. 26-9.
26-9. And I'll tell Jan, I think she's off a point. I'm pretty sure she is. All right, so it's halftime. Let me get the halftime banner up here so that people know what we're. I'm gonna put you on the spot, my friend. All right, so it's halftime. I want to thank Ubrazati. See how I did that? So, all right. What's been your favorite game you broadcast with Brevard Sport? You've done quite a lot of them.
Yeah.
from youth. You've done basketball. I think you've done some volleyball.
Yep.
What has been your favorite match, game, whatever, that you've done?
So I have two that come to mind instantly.
Yeah, let's hear it.
My first one is Viera Hawks versus Satellite Scorpions baseball.
Okay,
Walk-off bunt to end the game.
you're right.
And I think it went to extra innings, went to the 9th inning, bases loaded, and the Hawks bunt their way all around the bases loaded and win the game off a walk-off bunt.
Okay.
And a 1-2 ball game.
That was a great call by you. That
That was definitely one of my favorites. And I think this most recent game that I called with Coach Pettit, my first and only time working with Coach Pettit.
Right.
Merritt Island versus, I believe it was Titusville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
great
big game.
Yeah, that was a great game. So those were a couple of great games. And no, excuse me, that was Merritt Island versus Viera.
Okay.
That was to make the playoffs pretty much.
Right.
Coming down to
That
the
was a
home
good
stretch.
game.
Yeah, that was a great game. So though I'd say those are my two favorite games I've called.
Good for you. My favorite call that you did was actually for a flag football game. And it was the ending of the game when the kid went in the end zone.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I remember that.
And just the way that you called the end of that game was an instant classic. And, yeah. So what being a broadcaster, I'm gonna interview you now. I interviewed Jackson about 2 weeks ago, so I'm gonna interview you now. So being a broadcaster, right? Like when you're watching sports, do you find yourself being more critical?
I wouldn't say critical, but I definitely tune in a lot more like my brain. I'm not just like, oh, football. I'm listening to the information these guys are giving out or really learning from a lot of these guys.
Right.
One of the guys that I like to listen to a lot is Kevin Harlan.
Harlan's great.
Basketball, he's amazing.
He is
Football
amazing.
too, but basketball, he's up there.
What's
in
your
basketball.
best sport you think you call?
My best sport?
Like mine, I think my best sport in terms of broadcasting, I think is either baseball or basketball. Football I love, and I can break it down. I played it, I coached it, I get all that. But in terms of actual sports broadcasting, I think it's baseball for me 1, basketball for me 2, and football 3rd. I've done some hockey in my life, and I love that too. But what is yours?
I think baseball's 1 for me as well. I love just like, it's kind of like you're having a conversation.
Yeah.
Like it's not for everybody for sure, but like the exciting moments in baseball cannot be topped.
No.
I mean, just when you get into that 9th inning and you get that excitement, it's just an untapped feeling. Especially when you're calling, you can really feel the energy, and you provide that energy, especially in a sport like baseball.
You have to be the entertainment. I mean, because theoretically, we only get like, if you do 10 games, only 2 of them are going to be really good.
Yep.
The rest of them are going to be mediocre, maybe blowouts. So, and don't ever forget that about your profession. You have to entertain the folks. I think another thing is just being able to hold people on a blowout. How do you do that? What's the one thing you learned about broadcasting that you didn't know coming in? Like you were like, wow, okay. I totally get it now.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of stuff that I still need to learn and still need to
Sure.
perfect and critique. But one thing that I really learned, I think it was doing youth football. I think those will really test your skills.
Trying times, too.
Test your skills and really, like, that's where you really work on your filler talk and being a human. You're not just a robot on there.
Right.
You have to show a little bit of personality, and I struggled with that when I started. We
talked about that, right? Yeah.
And I was emotional, but I didn't provide a lot of meaningful commentary and my critiques, my personal critiques.
Right.
And I think that's something that I try to focus on and get a little more into it and show a different side of my personality.
No, you certainly did that. And, I think one of the big benefits to doing this for Brevard Sports Network is it is the very base ground level of everything you young guys want to do moving up. If you can show up and do youth football, at 8 o'clock in the morning and stay on air
Mm-hmm.
until 6 o'clock at night, I can promise you there is nothing in this world that ABC or Fox Sports is going to be able to throw at you that you can't handle.
Yeah.
Simply because it's a one-man show. Caleb does it. You did it. I've done it. To show up at 8 o'clock in the morning and stay on air for 10 hours
Mm-hmm.
producing rosters, broadcasting, color commentary, play-by-play. It is the rawest of the raw and the toughest of the tough.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not for everybody. And I that's why I love throwing you guys
Yeah.
into youth football, because that's why I always tell new guys, youth football is mandatory. You have got to do youth football. And the reason is because it's the biggest teacher. I'm not going to be there to hold your hand. I think you and I worked together maybe 5 times.
Yeah.
And I told you we wouldn't work together a lot, but you would learn a lot.
Yeah. I have a question for you. What's have been your, let's just narrow it down the last 10 years. Your most memorable call that you've had or favorite game?
Me, huh?
Last 10 years.
Wow, that is a great one there.
There's been a lot.
Yeah, there has. Yes, there has. You have to give me a minute on that one. That
All
is
right.
tough, man. Wow.
And I had to
never
ask
thought
you, what
about
was it
that.
like going to how was the bowl games?
Bowl
You meant
games
to
are
ask
good.
me.
I'm not a big fan of going anymore, and I don't know that I'll be returning next year.
Okay.
They have really, since COVID, a lot of places have used COVID as an excuse to take away things like the ability to go onto the field. You're restricted to the press box areas. You can go to the press conferences. But when I went to the bowl games, when I started going to the bowl games in 2013, I would walk on the field before the game, talk to players and coaches. I mean, you can't walk on the field, but you walk around the sidelines.
Yeah.
It really is. It's and they've taken that away, and I can do this. I always tell Caleb, work smarter, not harder. Now I'll probably keep applying for the credential just to have it,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe go to one of the two. But I can do what I need to do. There's nothing special I can deliver anymore.
Yeah.
Going to those particular bowl games
Mm-hmm.
because of the restrictions they have now placed. So it's okay, but
Were you able to get any questions in at the press conference?
I didn't. There wasn't any I wanted, but Jackson did.
Okay.
Jackson got a couple of questions
All right.
in, and yeah, he was. Jackson did pretty good, and so yeah, Jackson got some. My biggest thing is I always tell, and this is a piece of advice you may want to take forward with you. As a young reporter, always sit in the front row of those things, man. Just like in class, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be the guy they see when they come in. I've never been to a press conference in the 12 years I've been going over there to Camping World Stadium or to the Orange Bowl or to the National Championship game where I went to a press conference and didn't sit in the front row. Even if that meant I had to leave the game early, I want to be in the front row. I want to be the first thing. I'll never forget it. The ACC Championship game was held over here at Camping World Stadium when North Carolina was having the bathroom issues, and they moved all the games out of the state. And I went to the ACC Championship game, and I went and I sat down at the press conference in the front row. And I'll never forget Dabo Sweeney coming on, sitting down, and he looked right at me, and he goes, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I'm not going to get that little personal touch sitting in the back row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good. That's good. Never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Hey, you want them to know your
Yeah.
face, man.
Because then they're more likely to pick you for a question.
That's exactly right. Your face is as important as your voice, even if you're doing radio.
Yep.
All right, let me fix the scoreboard as we get ready to start the second half. I'll move the score to 27-9, but I think it's 26-9 myself.
Melbourne's going to start with the ball here in the start of the third, and They just really need to try to find something on offense. Hopefully some halftime adjustments worked. But Cougar picks up his dribble. Same starting five as we started at the beginning of the game. Horning, McKay, Cougar, Honing, and Zonk for Melbourne. Same goes for Viera. Zonk in deep against Christian, and nobody there, luckily, gets to Horning in the corner. McKay working on Christian and absolutely nowhere to go. McKay again, that time gets it over Christian. And Moses McKay, I believe, has 7 out of the 11 points.
Yeah. All of them. 2 more.
And Plain able to convert on the layup, getting inside on McKay. And it doesn't look like much has changed
No.
for Melbourne. And obviously the Hawks aren't going to change nothing about their defense, as it was incredible in that first half.
Somebody's got to get hot. Great.
Bounce pass picked off by Keith.
Uh-oh.
Keith outlet pass and too long for McGee.
We're going to get a highlight from him, I guarantee you, before the night is over.
Definitely. Well, we had one, that chase down block off the backboard there. But I think he's due for another one for sure. Six and a half. Just nothing going for this Melbourne offense except Moses McKay. McKay dishes it to Hoeing, and just not enough spacing down there. And they reset. Horning takes the three, no good. Hoeing tries to tip it away. Kamar Plain look for the oop, doesn't take it. Plain takes the easy 2.
I have the answer to your question, by the way.
What is it?
The state championship game with Coco in overtime. Two years ago against Florida State High when they won in overtime. And that wasn't even a broadcast. We were doing an audio cast. And I really didn't think they were going to win that football game the way Florida State tied that up. But they did, and that was about as, that's probably my favorite.
What made that so special for you? Like, what pushed that? Just the stakes of the state championship?
Yeah,
overtime?
it was just everything.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Schneider trying to get that monkey off his back of winning a state title, and how they won it in overtime.
Yeah, you can't beat overtime in a state championship game. Melbourne just passing it back and forth. Zonk takes a layup. Nice lay over Christian. Tough left-handed layup. Harris gets it to Plain. Nice pass by Kamar Plain. Brooks Harris wide open 3, and it rattles in. And Viera is opening this one up. 34-13, 5 to go here in the third period.
A lot of people are probably wondering, as Mike Sullivan wants a timeout, a lot of people have asked me, and so for those of you watching, I'll explain it. A lot of people are asking, well, how is Melbourne, who was beaten 30 points to Viera, the number 1 seed in this South region, and Viera number 2? Well, when they put these Cape Coast Conference Championship brackets together, they did so about the second week of December. And what they went by the second week of December was, where were they ranked in max preps? And at the time, Viera was slightly below Melbourne, making the Bulldogs the top seed. And that's how they determined the rankings for that. So that's how Melbourne's a 1 and Viera's a 2. They played 10 days later, and Viera beat them by 30. But they don't go back and change the seedings.
Yeah, and last three matchups between these teams, Viera was able to come away with a win. And 7 of the past 9, Viera has won.
Coming up Tuesday, we're going to do the boys and girls Cape Coast Conference Championships. The girls' game is be at 5 o'clock. That's Palm Bay and Cocoa, a rematch of last year. And it'll be the winner of this against the winner of Rockledge and Titusville for the boys.
After the timeout by Coach Sullivan. Nice dribble handoff, and McKay with another jam. Moses McKay contributing well over half of the points for the Dogs. Playing that free throw line player in that zone. Keith. Bounce past the Plain.
As soon as he caught it, he walked.
Yep. Kamar Plain with a travel. 14-point ball game. Or I'm sorry, not 14-point ball game. 19-point ball game. And you hear from Coach Sullivan, you're down 19 points and you're jogging the ball across half court. Bounce pass to the corner for Hoeing and unable to fall. Melbourne able to get the offensive rebound. Nice pass to Zonk, and that able to get the bounce off the back rim. Playing right to the rack again. Kamar Plain getting what he wants. Cougar picks up his dribble. Horning back to Cougar. Jab step drive, and that's a travel. That's 3 steps. And coach is calling for a full court press. Trying to spark something. They really need something. Whether it's somebody gets hot or turnovers.
Yeah.
Or just having a tough time finding anything.
Kamar, if it's not McGee that's hot, it's Plain.
Yeah.
He's got some players out there, does Keith.
Harris down to Christian, back to Harris. Harris, nice pump fake on the pass, can't convert on the 3. And
that's a pretty release. He had a good-looking motion on that ball, just a little bit. I think he rushed it just a little bit.
Yeah, Harris already drilled a couple of 3-pointers in this ball game. Cougar seems to keep picking up his dribble right when he faces a little bit of pressure.
Good
Horning
shot.
with the 3. Good-looking shot from Stephen Horning, the assist by Cougar. Much-needed 3-pointer for the Bulldogs. And McGee loses the ball. Nice hustle by Horning. Now you got a 3-on-1. Cougar's going to take it himself and converts on McGee. And a deep pass all the way down to Christian. And McKay's there off the legs of Mark Christian. And Melbourne has life.
Yes, they do. I want to say hello to my good buddy Shane Martin, watching here on Brevard Sports Network. That's the one thing I think I'm going to have to get used to with the YouTube. I don't see as many comments flying.
Well, because a lot of people put YouTube on their TV.
Right, yeah, people putting it on their TV. That's right. I didn't even think about that. But that's what I want. That's the goal. I want you to be able to put it on your big screen and watch it. Because I know I love it.
Yeah, Facebook you can see people join and everything.
Yeah.
YouTube, not so much. Cougar in the corner to Horning. Zonk now trying to get post work on Christian. Kicks it out, and McKay and Zonk are in the same exact spot on offense. Hoeing with the 3,
nice
and that
shot.
falls. Melbourne now on a good little run. Cuts it down to 11. 8-0 run by the Bulldogs.
Oh, good give and go.
Christian, that's a travel. He walked with that one.
Good call, Chase. Uh-oh.
Here they come. The resilient
Your alma
Bulldogs.
mater on the road back.
Resilient. McKay now, little post fade, doesn't fall. Able to get the offensive board, loses the ball. Zonk now deep in the lane, and Christian is just a force down there.
I'll tell you who Moses McKay reminds me of here when the whistle blows. Also played for Coach Sullivan.
Christian, strong pass out to White. Swings it back to Plain. Now Plain resetting. White, corner to Keith. Tip pass, able to get it to Christian anyways. Christian, strong move inside, doesn't convert.
And
Strong defense by McKay.
Viera's gone cold, Chase.
And Melbourne has gone hot, and there's Cougar. Cuts it down to 9, and smart timeout by Coach Keith. And Melbourne has some fire, and I was very surprised coming out of the half that they didn't show this earlier.
Yeah.
But now it's finally translating on the court.
Well, they've cut the lead now down to 11 or 9. I'm sorry, 9. And so Moses McKay, and I can't think of his name, but Moses McKay reminds me of a player Coach Sullivan had. He was player of the year here in Brevard County, played for a Big East school, and then signed a contract over the summer to play for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Max, I forgot his last name, but I know his first
Freed?
name is Max. Maybe Freed.
Max Freed, I think, and that's who Moses McKay reminds me
Yeah,
of.
he played at Rice.
Yes,
Played at
exactly.
Rice.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and then he had a shot, though.
Yes.
I don't know if McKay does or not, but yeah.
But
he's,
yeah, Moses McKay reminds me very much of his work ethic.
Yeah. Playing now, working one-on-one with Horning. Screen by Christian, screen and roll. Playing tough shot over 3 defenders, gets it to fall. Kamar playing. Cougar tough drive. Rainbow pass out to the corner. Strong pass inside to Zonk. What a pass by Stephen Horning. Carter Zonk able to capitalize. Lead back down to 9. Playing again, working one-on-one. Looking to get a tough bucket. He does. Kamar playing, taking over for the Viera Hawks. Cougar now trying to answer. And tough pass. Horning was rotating to the top of the key, and Cougar thought he was staying put. And we're getting some subs.
We will also see Viera coming up next week twice, as a matter of fact. If they win this, we'll see them in the Cape Coast Conference Championship game. And then we'll see them again a couple of days later against the Rockledge Raiders. And I'm going to tell you what, I got to give kudos to Coach Colin Kearns at Rockledge. I mean, he loses a couple of players to transfer. Mark Christian over here at Viera, Terrence Shannon playing for an academy school, and all he does is win basketball games. And that's just a heck of a job over there that Coach Kearns has done.
As Melbourne goes with pretty much a whole new group other than Horning and McKay. Give their starters some rest.
I thought he traveled.
Blocked by McKay. And it's going to be Melbourne basketball. Moses McKay.
I thought Viera just got away with the travel, too.
And that brings us to the end of the third.
I want to thank Natwick Insurance for being our third quarter sponsor. And, of course, Brevard Sports Network is powered by Natwick. We're going to move to the fourth. Got us a closer ball game. Back with the fourth coming up. There you see on your screen the semifinals. This is a final match in the South, semifinal overall. Viera and Melbourne, Rockledge and Titusville, the two winners of those games, will get together and play Tuesday at Rockledge, and they'll do so right here on Brevard Sports Network. We want to welcome in our fourth quarter sponsor, which will be Tales from the Barkery in Cocoa Village. And here to take you through quarter number 4, his final quarter of basketball, Chase Alexander.
Playing brings it across half court. Pretty much played the whole game, has Kamar playing. The Hawks have an 11-point lead. Free throw line shot, no good. Melbourne basketball. And the starters sit out one possession on defense, and now they're back in the game. A little bit of rest for those starters to push forward full speed here in the fourth, trailing by 11, and the Hawks are not letting up with this full court defense. Zonk trying to get past Christian. He does. Horning, wide open three. Good. Yes. Corey Hoeing, that's his second three-pointer in the game.
Here we go.
8-point ball game. Kamar playing, trying to take over. Great pass to the corner. Doesn't fall. Rebound by number 5, Carter. McGee, slick step back. Can he get it to fall? He can't. Zonk with the rebound. That was a beautiful move, just unable to convert.
Got a chance to cut this to 5, Chase.
Incredible comeback it would be. Zonk, that time ripped by Plain. A force on offense and defense. 3-2 fast break. Kicks it out to Jackson. No good. So that was Carter. McKay, pump fake, smart move, gets it in. 6-point ball game.
Oh, my goodness.
6:40 to go.
Here comes Brooks Harris at the scorer's table. And Melbourne has the possession arrow.
Kamar playing, working on Stephen Horning. Tries to get a spin move, step back. Good defense by Horning. Kamar playing, tough shot, no good. Offensive rebound.
It's a great job by Plain to follow his shot.
And Horning, you got to box out there even though he missed. Christian, nice post move. Can't fall. McGee tries to follow it up. Cougar now with the ball. He's going to push the floor. He's going to slow it down. No, he's not. He's going to go right to the basket. Blocked by Carter. Wide open three for Hoeing. No good. McKay with the rebound. No good.
Love the refs are letting them play.
Zonk now. Melbourne slowing it down a little bit, and they get the foul. And, you know, it was I don't want to say sloppy first half. Definitely slow. And this second half is a total opposite.
Sullivan giving it to the referee a little bit. He told the referee, he said, finally a foul.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I like letting them play. Let them be physical.
Oh, and on the 3 previous attempts at the bucket on both sides, the defender got all ball.
Yep. Cougar wide open from 3.
That's
miscommunication. McKay able to get the board, and they get the foul. Moses McKay, big free throws coming up.
Did you get him? Holding his hands to the basketball heavens is Mike Sullivan, saying, finally I get a call. Almost feel like finally the Rock has blown the whistle.
Yeah. That's like spot on. And McKay can't convert.
Those you got to hit.
The 6'8 senior. And they're called free throws for a reason. Got to have them. Trying to cut it down to 5. Oh, that was a lane infraction.
Violation.
He made it, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if he missed, they would have called it, but 5:40 to go. 35-40. Playing now, moving to the right side of the key. And the ref gives Sullivan a warning. Maybe he was getting too far onto the court. I'm sure that's what they were saying. And he takes a slow walk to the other side.
I gotta be honest with you. My mad respect to the referee. He could have teed him up.
Yeah.
In a 5-point game, you don't want to do that. And
Plain, tough shot, and Kamar Plain, the senior, has come up so big for these Viera Hawks.
That's just a great job by the ref. It was.
And I think a kickball here.
And I get it. It's frustrating as a coach. You want the whistle, but.
And Cougars got to get it out. Barely does. Picks up his dribble again. That can be a tough spot. Stephen Horning now. Hoeing. Zonk on the baseline. Horning to Cougar. Cougar, tough floater.
Nice.
Gets it to go. Back to a 5-point game. Quentin Cougar.
Viera slowing the tempo down. That's not their game.
And Kamar playing. That time doesn't get it to fall, but Christian able to battle away. And Harris comes up with the rebound. McGee, Harris in the corner. Good collapse by Zonk. McGee, deep three, contested. Gets it to fall. Bombs away for Aaron McGee.
That's as big as it comes, Chase.
Hoeing now. Good catch by Horning. Keep it in bounds. McKay now getting work on Christian. Good pass out to Cougar. Cougar now trying to work on Keith. Spins around to Zonk. Zonk, top of the key. Corey Hoeing. Good answers right back. The threes are dropping here at Melbourne High School. 40-45. The Dogs trail with a chance to go to the championship game.
3:40 to play.
Hawks reset to McGee, and McGee showed it has that limitless range ability. Plain takes a three. Good!
Ooh.
Ice in his veins for Kamar Plain.
Clutch.
Absolute nails from the senior. Zonk now gets it to Cougar, trying to answer right back. He does! Quentin Cougar. Wow, this game has flipped, and it's just totally different from the first half.
Yeah, we got us a ball game now. This is a fantastic finish to this one.
And it just
It's
shows
a little beyond your time, but you used to have these things called the Alco. Fantastic finish, and that's what we got here. And, man, I tell you, it's raining threes.
deep threes. These are not on the line. These are a couple feet back from that three-point line. It just shows the talent of these players.
I heard Colin Cowherd the other day, and I like Colin, and he was interviewing the NBA commissioner, and he asked him, and I think it's something to visit in high school, college as well, and it's time to move the three-point line back.
Yeah.
It just is, and you watch the way the NBA guys hit a three, and it's time.
It's
It's
just too
definitely
easy.
it's just time to move it back. And I really liked Adam Silver's response in saying he agreed with it.
Yeah, I think he said it was just kind of too difficult. He
Yeah.
wishes it was that easy, but
Yeah.
and the way you just see it at this high school level. I mean, these aren't like it's just crazy the way that these guys are hitting.
It sure is, man.
McGee full speed ahead, spins around the whole defense, pirouettes, gets it to Christian, and it's good.
That's a big bucket.
The spinning McGee hits Christian down on the post, extends it back to 7.
Got away with
now.
a carry there, I think.
Yeah, out of his realm is McKay now getting back down to that block. Screen on Harris. Good job by Harris to go over that screen, not letting the good shooter Cougar. Zonk, tough mid-range shot, gets it to fall. 45-50 as we are going back and forth here in this South Championship game. Cooper Keith doesn't get it to go. Zonk with a rebound, and now Melbourne trying to cut it down to 2 or 3. Kick ball by Plain. Still plenty of time. The clock's still running.
Stop the clock. Stop the clock.
The clock.
2:22. 2:22.
Yeah, it's got to be 2-2-2. That's when it went out of bounds. There we go. We got the right time on there.
All right. They had to put
Those are precious seconds in this type of game.
Yeah,
precious seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you can't let 6 seconds run off the clock.
2 minutes, 22 seconds until we decide a winner. Unless this ball game goes into overtime, and McGee able to strip it away. Aaron McGee, nice move. Doesn't get it to fall
finish,
again.
though.
The ball handling, showing the skill, just unable to finish. Cougar now hesitates on the 3. Wide open 3 for Horning. No good. McKay and Christian fighting for the rebound. No call. Plain pushing the ball. 2-on-1. Kamar Plain and 1. Kamar Plain, the senior, coming up big for these Hawks.
Wow, Chase. Kamar Plain is obviously going to be the Rich's Auto Tech player of the game unless Melbourne snatches victory from the jaws of defeat here. But what a night for Plain.
Unbelievable night for Plain, and nails the free throw to go along with it. But just a couple seconds ago, he nailed that clutch three-pointer.
Yeah, playing great
right
defense,
back.
too.
Couple of steals in this ball game. Cougar now picks up the ball. Clock starts to run, and miscommunication.
Oh, wow.
Key steals away. Another miscommunication. Cougar gets the ball. 2-on-2. Cougar takes it against Christian. Not the move there. Melbourne able to keep the ball.
Referee said, I got it, young man. It's your ball. Relax.
And not the guy you want to go one-on-one with if you're a guard.
No.
Mark Christian, not the smart choice there, but luckily Melbourne stays with the ball. High pass, Zonk able to get it. Puts his body into Christian and gets it to go. What a tough shot by Carter Zonk. Absolutely circus-type style.
90 seconds to play.
Harris now. Almost picked off the pass, was Horning, and
offensive foul.
Wow, he hooked him there. I thought it was a defensive foul. So the turnover by Plain hooks the defender. Minute 24.
Shane said they're going to have to expand the court to expand to three. Well, that's what they got to do.
Yeah, you got to do what
they
you got to
do.
Minute 15, Melbourne trying to find an open shot. Cougar with the pump, doesn't decide to take it. McKay gets it to Zonk down low, hit the clutch shot before, loses the ball, and that goes out of bounds.
1:03 to play. You know, I think we've reached a point in every sport where just the athleticism, speed, strength, power, and quickness, even from 20 years ago, is ridiculous compared to what it was.
And the jump ball picked off by Harris.
Wow.
Brooks Harris one-on-one. Doesn't get the N1 to fall, but gets the foul. Good foul that time. You'd like to see maybe a little bit of a tougher foul and not give him that chance to convert, but
this is a two-shot foul here. So Brooks Harris is a 73% free throw shooter. So,
and the team average for the Hawks is 61% from the line.
That's high in basketball these days.
And that one gets the roll. Brooks Harris looking to go 2 for 2, and he does. Brooks Harris converts both of his free throw attempts. 8-point ball game. Melbourne's got a lot of work to do with 45 seconds. Cougar, two-pointer off the backboard. I don't know if he called that. I didn't hear it up there. But
yeah, right. That's what they put the tape on the boards for.
Cuts it down to 6. 43 seconds to go. Timeout by the Melbourne Bulldogs, and I expect a full-court press here.
This is where we're going to get – it's Max Fiedler is what his name is. Max Fiedler. Yeah.
What is the bonus?
5 and 6.
5?
Or no, I'm sorry. 5. That's right. That's right. Every quarter it flips over now. I forgot about that. 5 and a quarter, and then it starts over. And they're all 2 shots, no more 1-and-1s.
Okay, so 2 shots. Okay, no 1-and-1s.
Yeah.
So Viera's 2 away from the bonus.
Now,
Harris, the inbounder. Horning, there's no point to guard the inbounder. Why not double the best player, McGee? Gets it to Christian, back to Harris. McGee now uses his speed and is stripped away. Melbourne able to come up with the ball. Cougar pushing the floor. Corner 3, no good. Offensive board. Blocked away by Mark Christian.
Wow.
Almost sent that down the hallway.
He certainly did. Mark grown man Christian.
Wow. He's got to have 5+ blocks so far in this game. Cougar, the inbounder, gets it to McKay. Trying to draw something up for Cougar. Horning. Run out of time. 20 seconds.
That's a foul.
No bonus yet, though, so it's going to be an inbound.
Balls on the Hawks, number 1, Aaron McGee, his first.
One more to be a 2-shot foul.
One more.
55-49, 17.8. Yeah, this would take some kind of miracle here.
6-point ball game. Cougar drives baseline. He's got an open shot. Hoeing again.
Oh,
Hits it. One possession ball game. Corey Hoeing.
That's incredible.
1 possession ball game. 3-point game.
9.6. Let's set the table. 9.6 to play in the game. 55-52. This has most certainly been the quarter of the Bulldogs.
And what an amazing comeback, trailing
Yeah.
by 20 points at halftime.
Yeah.
Just about 20 points.
Yep.
And for them to cut this down, and they added 2 more seconds, 11 seconds on the clock. Don't know if that makes a huge difference.
I think, listen, if you can get a steal on the inbound and they have forced some turnovers, I think Melbourne's got one more timeout. You get a steal on the inbound, take a timeout, and get you a set piece off the side.
And one more foul on the Hawks puts
2 shots.
puts the Dogs at the line.
And here's the thing right now. Is that an option for you? Because they can only score 2 if you foul them.
That's been a huge argument this past couple years in the NBA level.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I think you got the ball. I mean, if you give it up, then maybe that's something you think about. But here, you just get the ball in bounds and let them foul you. I think you got to put the ball in the hands of Aaron McGee or Brooks Harris. Brooks Harris is going to inbound, so McGee is going to, he's your best free throw shooter.
And
Melbourne's got to make sure, or Kamar Plain is a good one too.
And
these 2 guys can't get the ball.
They're going to double Plain.
And it's going to be
double.
Plain, yeah. And that's 3.
Foul.
That's not 2 shots yet.
Yeah, they need 2 more to get to the bonus here. So now 8 seconds. Let's see if they go to the same play.
Want to know who the foul's on?
I think maybe there's a conversation about number of fouls.
And they're gonna have to foul again right away in order to get this to 5.
McGee gets the ball,
and
there's
now that's
automatic
4.
foul.
So now the next inbound here, that took 0.7 seconds off the clock. The next inbound puts them at the line if Melbourne fouls, or creates a turnover. We'll see. There it is.
Plain gets the ball. And
Oh,
they're
no.
gonna let him play. They didn't get the
Wow.
foul.
Now
they get it. Wow.
Mike Sullivan's asking, that wasn't a foul, right?
I mean,
That
compared to the other ones, that was a foul.
should have been a foul. And I got to tell you, the referees, I think, have done a tremendous job tonight.
Yeah.
That right there, the whistle needed to blow at about the 5-7, 5-8, and Sullivan's livid right now
and
about
then they're
that.
going to get.
He's going to get teed up here if he's not careful. But he's right.
He is. I mean, compared to the other ones, those
Right.
tapped
Yeah,
him on the
that-
hip and they blew the whistle.
So
it's just be consistent.
Yeah.
They've been, like you said, great the whole game.
Right.
And McGee drills his first, and that is probably going to do it. What a resilient effort, though.
Yeah, you got to give it to the Bulldogs
and
tonight.
this is a team that got beat by 30 by the Viera Hawks. So
Yeah, and they were on their way
obviously
to it
made
again tonight.
Yeah, made some huge improvements and adjustments in this game alone. McGee looking to go 2 for 2, and he does.
That'll do it
5-point
right there,
game,
yeah.
Maybe at one heave, but it doesn't even matter.
And that'll do it, Chase.
Wow, what a game. 52-57, the Viera Hawks are your South champions, and they look to go on to face either Cocoa
Or no, it's Rockledge or Titusville.
Sorry,
Yeah, Tuesday
Rockledge or
night. We'll keep you
Titusville.
posted tonight. We'll get the post up over on Facebook tonight. We want to thank all of you. But this sign-off isn't about you or them. It's about the guy to my left who's making his final broadcast tonight with Brevard Sports Network. Chase, we can't thank you enough here at BSN for your service, and wish you a lot of love and luck in the future. Thanks for all that you've done, and you always have a home with us, my man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate every opportunity you guys gave me, and then it's been huge experience for me and just a huge opportunity.
All
I
right.
appreciate it every second.
Absolutely, man, and he's my guy right here, man. That's my guy. For Caleb Brown, for Chase Alexander, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski. Once again, the final score, Viera wins the South Cape Coast Conference Championship with a 5.50.